Hello friends, today we're talking about menopause again. Hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings. Sounds familiar? Well, the good news is nature gives us a little help. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 teas that may relieve some menopause symptoms. All natural, calming, and easy to take at home. But stick around until the end because I'm going to be sharing with you how best to brew the teas for maximum benefits. So stick around. When trying to relieve the symptoms of menopause, I think it's wise to try and find the teas in its most natural form. And so a lot of what I'm going to share with you today is either a root or the leaves of something or blossoms or the dried version of whatever the tea is. First up is chamomile tea. I have Harney's and Sons chamomile tea, and these are tea bags. They are lovely tea bags, really cute. Now, you can see in these Harney's tea, Harney's tea is a really nice, good quality tea. And if I give you a close up here, you can see the blossoms inside, the buds and the leaf of the chamomile in this tea bag, right? Tea bag. So this is a good quality tea. I like Harney's. I really do like Harney's. It's an enjoyable tea. You can also buy this out, just the leaves and the buds separately. You just pop them inside this little infuser thing and put them in a cup and then pour the hot water over it. So this is also an alternative, but this comes in tea bags. Harney's tea is a great tea. It comes in tea bags, so I'm more than happy to use their tea bags. It's good quality tea. Chamomile tea is famous for its calming effects. It's especially good for women suffering with menopause symptoms because it improves your sleep and relieves anxiety and reduces anxiety. What more can we ask for in a cup of tea? If night sweats and insomnia are keeping you up, sipping on a warm cup of chamomile tea before bed might be just what you need. Of course, we can't leave out green tea. We all know it's great. These are Sencha green tea leaves, and we know they're great. They're filled with polyphenols that support the heart and bone density. These are 2 big issues that women suffer with as they get on in life, as menopause comes into play. Plus, green tea gives you that caffeine boost without the jitters, which is perfect if you suffer with fatigue during menopause. Next on the list is matcha. I have a tin of matcha here. This is ceremonial uji matcha. It says on the tin, superfood, jitter-free, focused, chill, radiant vibes. This, I believe, is from a small business, and so I quite like that. I like to support small business. I have my own small business, so if I ever find a small business out there that does a quality product, I like to get my hands on it, and so this is one. And by the way, all these products, I got them all from Amazon. This is, I live in New York City. It's tough sometimes to find things in stores, so I'm an Amazon shopper. So if you are too, I will be popping these links down below so that you can take a look at these products that I bought. Unlike regular green tea, matcha uses the whole tea leaf. So you're getting a concentrated boost of antioxidants. Matcha can help support energy levels, balance your moods, and even aid your metabolism, which can be really helpful if you're noticing those changes during menopause, right? Now let's talk about black cohosh root tea. Cohosh root is a herb and has traditionally been used to combat the issues of or the symptoms of menopause. Hot flashes, night sweats and mood swings and high blood pressure. And I think I should take a moment to say, particularly with black cohosh, if you're going to consider using this to aid your menopause symptoms, you should discuss it with the doctor first if you're taking any other kind of medication. And just generally, it's something you should, with any of these really, if you're trying to make a difference to your menopause symptoms, no doubt you've had some kind of medical consultation already in relation to it. You should, again, if you're going to try any teas to help you, always discuss it with your doctor. Make sure they're aware that that's what you're doing. If you have, for instance, liver concerns, this one may not be the right choice for you. So make sure this one, cohosh root in particular, but all of them, you should really discuss any kind of aid you're taking with your doctor just to make sure that they make sense for you. And finally, the last one, number 5, red clover tea, the queen of teas when we're talking about menopause. One of the more popular remedies for combating menopause issues. Red clover is rich in plant-based compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. This again helps with the regular issues you have with menopause, which is hot flashes, bone density. And this one also helps with the skin health. If you, for instance, you are suffering with some changes in your skin, red clover tea is purported to help you with that. So I've shared the 5 teas with you. How do we get the best out of them to make sure that we're enjoying the teas and getting the full benefits? Let me show you. This chamomile tea, you'll just take 1 tea bag, but you should heat the water to around 93 degrees centigrade. For green tea, the water should be in the 80s, like early 80s. So anything between about 79 to 82 degrees centigrade. For matcha, 80 degrees centigrade. Now black cohosh is quite different. You need to simmer the root for about 20 to 30 minutes in a pan, rather than simply steeping it. Simmer, do not boil. It's a root and it's woody, so it takes some time to extract the benefits from it, and hence the reason you need to simmer it for 20 to 30 minutes. Red clover, 96 degrees. This one can take hotter water than the others, but so 96 degrees for your red clover. Let's give some of them a taste. I'm going to make a matcha latte. I got myself a matcha kit, and by no means am I professional, so bear with me. Let's see how well I do. And so in the kit I get the bowl that I'll mix the matcha in, a sift to sift the matcha, ladle to ladle out the tea into the sifter, and then a whisk and a whisk holder. I think there's meant to be 100 bamboo strands in this whisk. It's very cute, isn't it? I love it. Quite excited. So let's go. This, as I said before, is crafty matcha, and I am basically using their method, which is to, in fact, I think they have a measuring spoon, but this kit came with this wonderful thing, so I'm going to use it. And so the idea is that you put in the tea. I'm going to put in a couple of scoops, just 2 scoops, quite potent, I can smell it. And so what you do is, once you've got the matcha into the sieve over the bowl, you just press it in, making sure it's light and airy and it's lump free. And you do this so that the matcha is not lumpy when you go to mix it. And that's it. No need to shake. There are some bits of the matcha stuck in there, and I'm going to leave it in there. Wash it out, because that's what I'm trying to avoid, any lumps. And so now there's the matcha in the bowl. As I mentioned before, you do not use boiling water. Now, Crafty suggests, which I think is a really good way, because if you use boiling water, apparently it brings out the bitter notes of the matcha. So to avoid that, they suggest using some cold water to start. Even though I heated the water previously, to be honest with it, it did boil over the temperature it needed to be. So rather than wait for it to cool down and so on and so forth, I'm just going to do as the Crafty video suggests, and I'm just going to add some cold water first, mix it in, and then add some hot water. So I'm going to use 1 fluid ounce of cold water, and then another fluid ounce of hot. And if, like me, you're relatively new to making matchas, measure your water, because you just need 2 fluid ounces to dilute it. And then you take your whisk, and apparently you're meant to go in a M shape until it froths. It's quite a bit of work. Now, if you don't have a kit like I have here, no worries. You can use a frother or a shaker, some sort of bottle, maybe you could use like a, you know, a water bottle even, or something with a lid, and you could just shake it. But I have this nice kit, so I'm quite excited. So I'm doing it as it suggests, whisking into in an M shape until I get a layer of froth. This is not easy work. My arm is hurting. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. It's fun though. If you're new to matchas, I would err on the side of caution, just 1 to 2 teaspoons of matcha powder. Anything more, or you're adding more caffeine, and it might be a bit of a jolt to the body. So start simply if you're making them first. If you're new to matchas, if not, by all means, go ahead and and add as much matcha as you're used to having. And so here we have it. You see the froth? I'm not sure you can see the froth, but there's froth there. Trust me, there's definitely froth. So now I have a layer of froth. I'm going to make ice matcha. Where's my ice? Here it is, my ice. So what we do is we pour the milk in first. You can sweeten your matcha if you want to have a sweeter taste, but I'm going au naturel. And so you add the milk in first, and then you top it with the diluted matcha. Whoa, look at that. Oh my goodness, she looks gorgeous. And here we have it. First time making on video. Where's my straw? Here we go. Got to say that I used almond milk. If you're going to, with matcha, it's better to use nut milk than cow's milk. Cow's milk can change the properties of the matcha. So suggestion is any milk is fine, because you're still going to get some properties, some benefits from the matcha, but it's better to use a nut milk instead of cow's milk. It's nice, but I must admit I do need a bit of a sweetener. So if you're going to sweeten, here's my sugar. I've got the agave in the raw. Perfect for, you need something liquid so that it just simply, you can just simply stir it in. If you're going to use sugar, all it's going to do is sink to the bottom. So I just put a touch in. Let me see how it tastes. Still had to give it a good stir. Much better. I like it. It needs, I have to admit, I need sweetener with it. It's not like coffee for me. And maybe if I was to froth up the milk a bit more, make it a little more sexy, I might not need the sweetener. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this again. Perhaps share another recipe with you. This is good. This is good. And if it's giving us some health benefits, all the better, right? Let's try the red clover, the queen of teas for menopause. So we're going to try this one, right? So let's try it. See what it's like. It smells very nice. It smells a little like rooibos. In a previous video, I shared with you one of my new kitchen finds. It was these borosilicate cups, which I thought would be great. This one isn't fantastic, but I bought it, so I'm using it. And this borosilicate means that they can take hot water. And it has a little infuser. It's an infuser cup. It has a little infuser inside, and I thought it'd be great for this kind of thing. The only thing is that, as I mentioned previously, and I'll share the link below to my kitchen finds video. This does not. It was a little disappointing. The quality wasn't what I expected, and it didn't seal very well. Although it seems to be, it doesn't seal very well. If it's meant to seal, I'm really confused by the whole thing. So. Nonetheless, I'm using it because I bought it, and I still quite like it even without the seal cap. So I'm going to take out the infuser thing because I've got this fancy thing here. This is not on my kitchen finds video because I bought this just the other day. I'm going to use like 2 teaspoons, a whole teaspoon. So So we're going to oops, dear, I'm so clumsy. 2 teaspoons. I think that's enough, right? Put 2 teaspoons. Oops. 2 teaspoons of tea of the red clover tea in this infuser. Pop it in here. It's got a little hook so that you can hook it on the side of your cup so the whole thing doesn't fall into the cup. So when you pour the hot water in, which is here, just pour it over the top and you let it steep. I'm so excited. That's good enough, I think. I'm going to sit and let it infuse. I'm going to infuse for a few minutes, and I guess I could put my little lid on top to keep it warm. I'm excited. So where's my little tray? Taking out the infuser here. Put that there. Isn't that just the daintiest thing? And here's the tea. It's very light in flavour. It's quite fragrant and light. I like it. I haven't added any sweetness to it. I wouldn't even, sometimes I like a piece of lemon or lime. I don't think this needs it. It's just fine on its own. And it's still very warm. It's the right temperature. It's right the temperature to drink. So if you can find one of these like infuser type mugs, I think they're a good idea because they keep things warm. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. It's comforting. The smell of the tea while it's infusing helps your mind, gets you ready to enjoy it. And the flavors are just great. You're bound to be relaxed after. If you have this before you go to bed, you're bound to be relaxed. Or if you're having a particularly stressful day, this tea, and I think any of these teas is going to help with that, right? It's going to put you in a better mindset. And of course, with the benefits of each tea, will also give you some aid. Of course, chamomile makes you sleepy. So best time for that is bedtime. But for some of them, like the green teas, the matcha and the green tea, you can have those I would say the morning for those. The rest at night, I think, is the best option for the ones I've showed you today. The best part of all of these teas are that they're simple. Simple to create and simple to enjoy. Steep them as directed. Add a little sweetness if you want to, or a slice of lemon or lime. You can also, as I showed you with the matcha, you can also drink them iced. All of them can be drank iced. I think you can even cold brew some of these. For instance, the cohosh. You drink them on ice, over ice. That really also is another way of helping with the hot flashes, right? So whether you're reaching for the chamomile before bedtime, the matcha in the morning, or just the soothing menopause relief of the red clover, these teas can be a soothing addition to your menopause toolkit. So remember, everyone is different, so try them out and see which ones work for you. If you found this information helpful, don't forget, give me a like. And subscribe and come back for any other wellness tips I might share. And tell me in the comments which teas you're likely to try. Oh, and don't forget to share this with a friend. You know, I'm sure one lady with menopause has friends with menopause, right? So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. But until then, eat well.